I guess last summer at Comic-Con, you guys showed sort of like that first initial first
trailer,
look,
yeah.
right? And I talked about this once where the first thing we see is a palm tree just smash into a helicopter.
Yeah.
And when I got to see this movie, I could not believe there's almost like a 20-minute segment in this movie with you guys in helicopters with Kong when we first meet him. How was that one of the hardest things to shoot, was these helicopter sequences?
Action! Live on set.
I think it was pretty much everyone's first, so certainly our first day, myself and Brie.
First day?
First day.
It was our first day and also our last day, because it was like,
yeah, that's so true.
You're shooting pieces of everything. So a lot of times we've been asked like, oh, so you were in Hawaii, Australia, Vietnam, like which part was that scene in? I was like, everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
So
you'd
all the
shoot one
jumble.
person's coverage one
Yeah.
way and then you'd like 3 months later
Yeah.
shoot the other side of it.
I don't know if you got to do this, Sam. You probably did, but we got to take a real flight in a Huey helicopter in Oahu with no
And those
doors
have
on
no
it.
doors on the
no
sides.
doors. Well, I have to say that was the
Was that like day 2 or something?
day
Insurance
2.
company know about that?
Huh?
Insurance company know about that?
Well, that was the thing that I was like, oh my gosh, I am not in room anymore, where they're like, okay, today you're just gonna get in this helicopter and we're gonna strap you in and you're gonna hang out of it and take photos. And I was like, what? And this is just my Tuesday? And like, what's happened to me?
Yeah.
I want to talk also about, the look of Kong, because obviously you guys are filming it. There is not a giant Kong present in front of you.
No.
Were you blown away when you actually got to start seeing images after you guys have already left the set? Like, did you guys have in mind what you thought he would look like? Like, what was sort of the conversation like?
I knew he was going to be on 2 feet. That was something that
he was going to be standing upright like a man.
he wasn't going to be moving like a gorilla. Jordan had said he was going to be very, much bigger, like between 80 and 100 feet tall, and he was going to be on 2 feet. We all spent months and months and months imagining this thing, and you can't even conceive of what it's going to be like when you actually...
Yeah, like what is the eye line of Kong? His eye would be the size of a car, right? It's like the size of a little Volkswagen Bug or something.
Jordan was sort of...
Sam always had a series of questions. What were those questions, Sam?
Where is it? How big is it? How fast is it?
Right. How would you sort of like pump yourself up to face Kong?
Because there was a series of arm movements and squats and exercises that we would do before those takes, because we're running and the whole movie, I think, except for one scene. And then if we're not running, we're hiding behind somewhere and you're hyperventilating. So you're just basically psyching yourself out. I mean, by the end of filming this movie, I had zero adrenaline left. My body
It's
was
like you're
just
trying
like,
to recreate
Yeah.
the circumstances of adrenaline in your body. It's a funny one. It's quite a technical thing, and also because you're having to do it with the camera team, because they're having to include space for Kong in the shot, or they might be whip panning from someone's face into the sky where he's going to come tearing off a mountain.
Right.
So it's quite technical, but fascinating, because you realize this whole thing is a team effort.
Yeah.
To the idea that the audience believes in the existence of Kong is an amazing team effort. That feels good.